everybody, welcome to this week's Yin Yoga class, where the theme will be our own inner contentment. So let's begin. If you have your props at home, that would be great. And just so you know, you might need to grab a strap or a belt for today's class. Okay, let's begin in a comfortable seat. This can be cross-legged, kneeling, up on a block, whatever feels best to you. Just lift up tall through your spine so that you can breathe naturally and freely. So you may be wondering, how can a class have a theme for contentment? And one of the ways that Yin Yoga can help us feel comfortable and content and happy is through its longer holds. So sometimes in a Yin Yoga pose you just feel relaxed, sweet, yummy, but at other times you may find it a challenge to hold it, and it really teaches us to relax while dealing with something that might not be so easy to handle. So let's begin with a little grounding, a little slowing down. Focus in on your breath. And any sounds around you, just to make you feel anchored in the presence of the moment. And let's take a few more slow breaths, just right where you are. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. Inhale deeply through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Release the palms, and we're going to start lying down on our backs for reclined butterfly. You may want to have your blocks somewhere close. So lie down on your back and then bring the soles of your feet to touch, and then let your knees go wide out to the sides. And you have an option to keep the legs without any props just as they are. And if the sensation is to the inner thighs, then you really are getting a nice opening there. However, if you're feeling it more to the back of the hip, towards where the glutes are, most likely that's as far as you're going to go. It may lead to some discomfort, so you can place some props underneath the knees if that feels stable for you. In Yin, you don't want to rush sensations. You want to find your own edge for your body and emotions and mind. And one way you can tell is, are you able to relax all your muscles in a pose? Or are you struggling to hold the pose? And one other way is your breath. Is it natural? Is it calm? Or is it becoming more labored? Slowly and gently begin to guide the knees, and you can use your palms to do this as well, back into center. And then extend your feet towards the edges of the mat and let your knees fall in together for a moment or two. So for the next pose, this is where you're going to want to have your strap. So just bring your feet back to hip distance or so. And then use the strap or belt and put it around the ball of your right foot and then extend that foot up to the sky. And you may choose to stay right where you are, or you can just extend the left leg, heel down to the mat, or heel to a block if you're kind of floating with that heel. And you don't need to worry about flexing the left foot with your toes up to the sky. Just relax that leg completely. Gently begin to bend both knees again. If both legs were straight, and then bring your feet back down to the ground with your knees bent. Might feel good just to make fists and extend your hands. Straighten and extend, then bring it into a fist. And when you feel ready, we'll go to the other side. So you can loop the strap around the ball of the left foot this time, extending that foot towards the sky. You can always keep a little bend in your knee. And then if you like, you can extend that right leg down to the mat. Begin to bend, and then bring both feet back down to the ground. And just take a moment and see how the backs of your legs feel. From here, roll onto your tummy. And you still might want to have your strap somewhere close at hand. Come onto the forearms, as if we're going to do Sphinx, but instead before we do that, actually, we're going to do a quad stretch. So bring your left arm about a 45-degree angle out in front of you, and then bend through the right leg, reach back with the right palm, and you can pull that foot in or just relax the arm. But you want to feel it in the front of the thigh, into the hip. And try to keep both hip bones on the ground so you're not rolling over. And you can either stay up on your forearm like this, or you can lower your forehead down onto your palm. And if you're having a little bit of difficulty reaching the foot, just grab your strap and then loop it around the foot again, and then pull it in. Release the right foot, and then just stack both palms and lower your forehead down on top. And begin to lift back up, and then bring your right forearm at about a 45-degree angle in front of you. Bend through the left knee, and then reach back and grab onto the foot with your left palm. And you can either stay exactly where you are, or just lower the forehead down onto your palm. Respect your edge. If you find that it's getting hard to hold, just grab a strap. Release the left foot. Stack your palms and lower your head down on top. Rise up a little bit so you're coming onto the forearms and the palms are now facing the front of your mat. Take a moment and just see how your lower back feels, and if it's feeling like any kind of pinching or compression, just walk the elbows and palms forward a little bit until you feel more comfortable. You can either stay lifted up with the head, back of the neck long, or you can grab a prop and place it on its highest setting. I like to use the eye pillow, and then lower your forehead down. Using the prop like this really helps to encourage kind of quiet contemplation. When being lifted up, you're more engaged in the world around you. If you had lowered down onto a block, just raise your head once more slowly, and then move your props off to the side. No matter what variation you were in, stack the palms again, lowering your forehead down on top, and then bend through the knees, and just drop your feet slowly from side to side a few times. And then you can lower the feet and shift your hips back and forth. Okay. Press into your palms, lifting up into a tabletop pose. We're going to take melting heart. I like to use a prop, but this is completely optional. You want to have your hips over top of your knees, and then staying just like that, walk the palms forward until your forehead and chest come down to the mat. And like I said, I like to use the meditation pillow, and you can use a block as well if it feels good. If not, it's completely optional. So you lower all the way down and then extend the arms out straight in front of you. So sensation coming into the shoulder area, front, back, front of the chest. And if you're feeling any tingling in your palms or shoulders, you can either back out of the pose, or you can just bring your arms a little bit more into a cactus shape and see if that helps. And slowly begin to walk your palms back in, using your arms to lift back up. And before we move on, just raise your left arm up to the sky. So you're twisting a little bit, and then slowly lower it back down. And then go ahead and do the same with the right arm, extending the arm up towards the sky, and then lowering it back down. If you have your blocks, you might want to place them long edge at the top of your mat. And then step your right foot to the outer edge of your right palm and let those blocks come inside, bringing your palms to the top of the blocks. I like to use my meditation pillow or a block or a pillow in front of that left thigh so that when you lower your hips forward and down, you really can just relax completely. If you're feeling too open into the right hip, you can bring the palms on either side of the right foot. But I like it on the inside simply because you can just have better weight distribution between both palms. A pose that's not as gentle to hold, but allows you to be content and still during something that might not be so easy. Relax everything that doesn't need to be working. And be sure that you're stable and comfortable. And a few more breaths. And then release. Press into your right foot, bringing the hips back. Take your palms off the blocks for a moment. And then do any movement that might feel good, either extending the left leg out, the right leg out, sitting back on your heels, whatever feels good. You might even like to bring the back of one palm down onto the ground, just a counter stretch, and then switch to the other side. It's very gentle. Let's go to the second side. So place your palms on the blocks and then step your left foot to the outer side of the left palm. Again, I like to use the meditation pillow in front of the right thigh there. That's up to you. And then extend, open the chest, relax the hips forward and down. Make sure everything is comfortable. Otherwise, adjust yourself, make it easier. And then just relax. Again, to shift your hips back again. Bringing the left knee to meet the right. Bring your props off your mat. And then do any movements that feel great to release the pose, either extending the legs back, sitting back on the heels, coming into a brief child's pose, whatever feels great. And if you like, you can bring the backs of the palms onto the mat, one side and then the other. Come and take a seat, and then lie down all the way onto your back. Have your knees bent and feet on the floor. And we're going to come and lift up the hips and place a prop underneath And you might want to use a block on its lowest setting. Or what I like to do is use the meditation pillow. You can use a pillow at home as long as it raises you to a level that feels comfortable. And just take a moment and get comfy. And then you can either just keep your feet on the floor like this, or you can extend the legs up to the sky. Just try to let your feet and legs dangle. If you can't get comfortable, just bring your feet back down to the ground. And you can place your arms wherever they feel most natural to you. And then relax. Allowing yourself just to be. And if your feet were extended, just bring them back down to the mat, but don't remove your prop yet. Lift your hips, remove your prop, and then let your hips come back down to the ground. With your knees bent, feet on the floor, just drop your knees over to the left and then over to the right. And once more on the left. And then the right. Extend your arms alongside your body. Extend the legs. Have your feet as wide as you like. Take up as much space as feels great for you. And do a scan of your body. Make sure that every muscle is relaxed all the way from your forehead to your jaw, your palms, into your tummy, chest, legs, and feet. As you lay here, just free yourself of anything you have to do, anything you would like, and just be content to be. Gently deepen your breath as you stretch into your fingers and toes, maybe reaching your arms overhead and taking a long stretch. And then roll over to one side, use your arm as a pillow, and just hang out for a second. And press back up into a comfortable seat. Place your palms wherever you feel comfortable. Tune into your body. See how it feels. Observe this without judgment. And then move on to your heart and your mind. And see how they feel. even when you feel busy or rushed or uncomfortable, can you remember to be mindful, to be aware, and then relaxing everything that doesn't need to be working, just like in a Yin Yoga pose. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. Let's end our class with a chant of Om, inhaling deeply. Om. Thank you so much for practicing Yin Yoga today. I hope you have a blissful, happy, content rest of your day. Thank you so much. Namaste.